Tuesday, Barcelona had the opportunity to qualify for the Champions League semi-finals 5 years later and reconcile with a cursed competition in recent seasons against a rival, Paris Saint-Germain, who visits the Lluis Companys Olympic Stadium with a thirst for revenge. After the defeat in the first leg, 2-3, but lost to PSG 4-1. Not even the most optimistic would have predicted on January 27, when Xavi Hernandez announced his resignation as Barcelona coach, that the Barca team would be available to access the pot of the 4 best in Europe. Since then, Barca has not known defeat. They have added 10 wins and 3 draws, although the most relevant aspect in the last 13 games is that they have recovered the defensive solidity that allowed them to win the last league. Marc-André ter Stegen has conceded 9 goals since Xavi announced that he was leaving the bench at the end of the season. That maturity in the rearguard was one of the keys to the match played at the Parc des Princes. Barcelona conceded 2 goals, but was able to neutralize Kylian Mbappe, who barely created any danger due to the excellent defensive aids put forward by Xavi Hernandez. The Eguerense coach will once again line up the centre-back trident formed by Jules Koundé, Ronald Araujo and Pau Cubarsí, with João Cancelo as a deep back on the left. Sergi Roberto and Andreas Christensen, 2 key players in Barca's resurrection, are suspended, so Xavi will bet on Pedro González, Pedri, who a week ago was discharged from his latest muscle injury. At the top of the attack, Rafinha, protagonist in the first leg with 2 goals, Robert Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal maintain the title. On the bench, João Felix, scorer of the goal that gave Barcelona the victory this weekend in Cadiz, will wait for his moment. It will be a very different scenario to that of 7 years ago, when Barcelona overcame the 4-0 they had conceded at the Parc des Princes with a rout, 6-1, in their stadium. The word comeback then entered the French dictionary. Now, Luis Enrique's forces travel to take revenge and for the concept to finally turn to their benefit. Last Wednesday's defeat was not part of anyone's plans in Paris and has left the entire club's mechanics in disarray. Luis Enrique, who knows the rival's home and the recipe for a comeback well, comes hopeful to achieve the right, which they consider appropriate to be among the 4 best on the continent. Reasons for hope? The first, he recovered the right-back Achraf Hakimi, suspended in the first leg, which caused a spiral effect that ended up disturbing the entire defense. The Moroccan, who is being one of the best of the year, provides offensive entity and will be another threat for the Catalans. The second is that all of Paris, including the 3,000 fans who sit in the stands of Montjuic, are counting on recovering the best version of Kylian Mbappe, transparent in the Parc des Princes, but from whom they expect a reaction so that this Tuesday it won't be his last European game with PSG. The coach will also be able to count on the young Bradley Barcola, whose departure in the second half last Wednesday gave more dynamism to the attack along with Mbappe and Ousmane Dembélé, who will return to the city where he played for 6 seasons.